Hello once again. Welcome to the continuation on the resultant of vectors that I started with you in the previous videos. In the previous videos, we started learning about resultant of vectors and we've done a detailed explanation on it, and also we've solved some examples on it as well in the previous videos. And I hope you understood it and you enjoyed the lesson as well. So in this video, I want us to solve another example on it so that you get a better understanding of it. So this is example 3, as you can see from the board. So it means we've already done example 1 and 2 in the previous videos. And I will advise that you do well to watch the previous videos, because the previous videos lays the foundation, the basic knowledge and understanding that you need about the resultant of vectors. I've done all those explanations into detail in the previous video. Okay, so just do well to watch the previous video so that you can get a good foundation and understanding to be able to handle this one also, because you are going to apply that knowledge to solve the question. Okay, so do all to watch the previous videos, and please don't forget to like the videos and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do all to follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Let's go ahead and read the question together and begin to solve. Okay, so example 3, it says that if vector sy equals to -2, 5 and vector zy equals to 3, 2, find vector sz. Okay, we are being asked to find the vector sz. I'm going to read it one more time before we proceed and solve it. Okay, so it says that if vector sy equals to -2, 5 and vector zy equals to 3, 2, find vector sz. Okay, so we are being asked to find the vector sz, and as you can see, it's a question that demands that we apply the triangle law of vector addition. And I've explained to you a lot in the previous videos that anytime you have a question on the resultant of vectors, you need to draw the triangle. Okay, drawing the triangle helps you to solve the question. It makes it very simple. Okay, I know there are other means of solving it, but for the sake of easy understanding, that's why I stick to drawing of the triangle, okay, which is very important. So we are going to draw the triangle. Okay, and also I've explained to you that when you draw the triangle, you have to make sure that you label the triangle in a way that always what you are being asked to find, it comes at the base of the triangle. So in the question here, we are being asked to find the vector sz. So I'm going to draw the triangle in such a way that when I label it, the sz will come at the base of the triangle. Okay, so always just put whatever you are being asked to find, just put it at the base of the triangle. Okay, that's the right way to go about it. So let's go ahead and draw the triangle. So let me write down my solution and let's begin to solve together. Okay, so now let me draw my triangle. Okay, so I have my triangle and I'm going to label it. And don't forget, I say that you should always make sure that what you are being asked to find, it comes at the base of the triangle. You are being asked to find the vector sz. So I'll label it in such a way that the sz comes at the base of the triangle. So my s will be here and my z will be here, and I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Now you can see that it's left with one variable, because from the question we have the three variables s, y, and z. So now that we've put s here, we've put z here, then of course this last part is going to be the y. Okay, so my y will come on top here. Okay, so let me clean the solution from there so that I can write my y there so that you can see it well. Okay, so this is my y. And let me write the solution here. Okay, I hope you understand up to this point. Now, we are not done. After you've drawn the triangle like this, what you do next is that you indicate the arrows on the triangle. Okay, I've explained a lot that the arrows plays a role in the solution. Okay, so you cannot ignore the arrows, which are very important. So we are going to go back to the question and we are going to use the information given to draw the arrows on the diagram. Okay, we've done this in the previous videos and I've explained it a lot. So we are going to apply the same knowledge here. So now let's start with the SZ, the vector SZ given. You can see that you are moving from point S to point Z. So the arrow is pointing towards Z. So we'll do exactly the same thing on the triangle. So the arrow will point towards Z, moving from S to Z. I hope you understand. Now let's come to vector SY. You can see that you are moving from S to Y. So the arrow will point towards Y. Okay, so moving from S, the arrow will point towards Y like this. And I hope you understand and you agree with me. Then let's come to ZY, vector ZY. So we are moving from point Z to point Y. So the arrow will move towards Y. Okay, so we are moving from Z to Y. Okay, so this is how to draw the arrows on the diagram. And I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. So now from here, all that you need to do is to write down the formula. Okay, with the formula I mean the triangle law of vector addition. I've explained it a lot in the previous video. Okay, so using the diagram, we are going to write down addition law. Okay, and the law says that to get my vector SZ, okay, that is why it is always important that whatever you are being asked to find, you place it at the base of the triangle. Okay, so the law says that to find my SZ, okay, so my vector SZ, it will be equal to my vector SY plus the vector YZ. I hope you understand up to this point. So this is the addition law and I've explained this a lot in the previous videos. Okay, again, to find the vector SZ, it is simply the vector, we add the vector SY plus the vector YZ. And now, please take note that don't go and say because the arrow is moving from Z to Y, we should write ZY instead. No, ZY is not the same as YZ. The law says that we have to move in the clockwise direction. Okay, so to find my vector SZ is supposed to be SY plus YZ, not ZY. So irrespective of how the diagram is, you just stick to the law. You just write the formula down as the law states. Okay, so don't say because the arrow is moving from Z to Y, you are going to write YZ. No. Now, when you write down the law, then we will be informed that now we know that we need YZ and not ZY. So we have to do something to this side of the triangle so that we get the YZ instead. Okay, and that is when the inverse of a vector that I taught you comes here. You are going to apply it. Okay, so now from here, let's just input the values that you have been given from the questions. Okay, so let's do that. So the SY, we have been given SY, vector SY. We are also been given vector ZY. Okay, and we are finding the vector sz. So the sz, I don't know it, so just repeat your vector sz there. Okay, bring your equal sign. Now the vector sy, you have been given vector sy from the question, so let's put the value there. Vector sy is given to be minus 2, 5. So in place of the vector sy, I'll put minus 2, 5 there. And I hope you understand up to this point. Plus, we have vector yz here. And please, I hope you can agree with me that we are not giving vector yz. What we are giving is vector zy, which is not the same as vector yz. So for us to get the vector yz that we need to do something to this vector zy given so that we can get the vector yz. How do we do that? We are going to apply the inverse of a vector that I taught you. Okay, so just repeat your vector yz then. Okay, so I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so from here we are going to apply the inverse of a vector that I taught you because we need the vector yz. How do we get yz? We just need to negate zy. When we negate zy, it will give us yz. Okay, we've done this in the previous video and I've explained it a lot. The inverse of a vector simply means the opposite of that vector. So for having zy, if I want yz, all that I need to do is to negate the zy, and that will give me the yz. Okay, I hope you understand. That's inverse of a vector. From what we have here, we need yz, and the question gave us zy. How do we get yz? We negate zy, and that will give us the yz. Okay, so I'm going to write, but my yz that I need, my vector yz will be equal to the negation of the vector zy. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. So when we negate the vector zy, then it will give us the vector yz. So my yz equals to the negation of vector zy. Okay, so now from here, let's just input the value. So my vector yz will be equal to, you bring your negative, the value of vector zy is given to be 3, 2. So you write your 3, 2 there. And I hope you understand up to this point. From here, we just need to simplify. Okay, so my vector yz will be equal to, the negative will affect the value at the top here and also affect the value down here. So I'm going to get minus 3 minus 2. Okay, so the negative multiplies the 3, it gives negative 3, and the negative multiplies the 2 gives negative 2. So my vector yz that I need, I've gotten it, which is minus 3, 2. So I'm going to substitute this value back into this equation, okay, so that I can solve for my vector sz. I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so therefore, I'll see that therefore my vector sz will be equal to, I have minus 2, 5. Okay, I'm looking at this one. So my az equal to, I have my minus 2, 5 plus the vector yz. We've gotten the value of vector yz now, which is here, minus 3 minus 2. So plus minus 3 minus 2. Okay, now from here, we just need to simplify to get our answer for the vector sz. Okay, now I need more space to continue. Okay, so I'm looking for a place to write it. Okay, let me see if it will go here. Okay, so now let's do it. Minus 2 plus minus 3, it will give minus 5. Okay, so I have minus 5. I hope you can see. Okay, good. Then I have 5 plus minus 2, it will give positive 3. Okay, so positive 3. Okay, so that is my answer for finding the vector SZ. I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. So the vector SZ is minus 5, 3. Okay, I hope you understood it and you enjoyed the lesson. Please don't forget to like the video and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do want to follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I'll see you again in another video whilst we solve another example on this. Bye bye.